on Xbox, and send it to your app, and then send it to Dre, and then this way you can get a better look at it. Um, Number one overall thing that personally I think ruins uh, these wrestling games are the Sharpie tattoos, and I say Sharpie because they're so dark, ain't nothing taking that tattoo off. Just like a permanent marker, it's bad, and it's been like that since 2010. We've been dealing with people with that. Just because some people have tattoos doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't make the character. Blend that stuff, make it look nice. We're looking for decent ones, and if we see something that look kind of cool, we'll maybe check out some of your matches or this, how your character looks, what his moves are, and then we'll decide. But it's more or less up to the owner, CEO Dre, to see which ones will kind of flow with who he's using. Because I'm still yet to see who's in it, because I want to be surprised, I want to be entertained, and get my actual reaction and Dre's reaction. Two, we're gonna just let, like I said before, let all the wrestlers be simulated, so there's no lag.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who's gonna win. We don't decide who's gonna win, because just like clans, these leagues are just as bad, because they're like, well, you can only have this kind of move, and he can only have that kind of move. Damn it, you can't do that. No, we're just gonna let things happen and just watch it, give you as if we're watching an actual match, and we'll try to be funny. I mean, I'm sure I'll be somewhat offensive, so look out, Jerry Lawler. 3, possible guest appearance, meaning if we really like your guy and your guy's in our thing, we use him and he's doing real well. When there's not a match and the match is coming up against somebody, and if you have Xbox One, we might have you come in and do commentary, kind of like they do before pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Someone sits at ringside. The only problem is you could get up out of your seat and act like you're interfering, but you really can't, because we're not really there. And we just got to work out the kinks and see how that works. And we can have you in there and have like a 3-man commentary, and you could talk crap on the guy you're wrestling at our next show when we have it set up or whatever. Also, we were thinking maybe if like you have a organization out there and you guys want to get more like views and more, we could do like a cross thing, in a sense where only title matches, or matches if you're having a battle against somebody, against another organization or this, we could have an intra-promotional match where you could talk the podcast before the match, and then we can put your guys in there and let them wrestle, which is beneficial to us and beneficial to you. If you're trying to gain more viewers, you'll gain some of ours, and we'll hopefully gain some of yours. Which it could kind of work, kind of like Ring of Honor in New Japan, and Dre's all about that.
Absolutely.
No WWE format. No pondering. Oh yeah, greatest rule of all. No Roman Reigns. Don't care. Don't care if you made a cool looking one. Nope, don't want them. Just delete them. And championship matches won't be one-on-one, because a one-on-one match might not last that long, and it'd be kind of like not really a long like kind of a snoozer. So what we're going to do is we want to have championship matches. We want to have crazy, wild, like I don't know, elimination chambers or this or like triple threat, or one with a special referee where the referee could screw over somebody. And
there's a question. Maximum Likes is asking, is there an overall limit? So to make it fair, we're not going to make it wild low, but the maximum overall will be 83.
Oh, really? Okay. Like I said, you're the owner, you're CEO. It's Vince McMahon, damn it.
So sorry.
Well, basically, what we want to do is we want to create something fun to watch, where you can pop on and watch. Maybe it'll give you ideas, kind of like when you watch wrestling, you see someone new, you get an idea. Kind of like, get everybody kind of something easy that, occasionally we could bring you in, maybe not, whatever, see what happens, and just like something fun to do, something just to watch, something to enjoy, and maybe get your guy over a little bit, because who knows, you might be a kid out there, or a girl or a guy, it's just like, what, I want to join a league, I want to win titles. So this could help you. Other people, if they watch it, say, hey, I like that guy, and then say, I was a watcher, a viewer, I could watch it and say, yo, I like that guy. Then what we could do is, when we promote you, he'll promote you on the bottom, and put your gamer tag next to your guy. This way, they might say, hey, yo, you want to join our league? We could really use you. And then you could get into somebody else's. Because there's like a gazillion of these out there. You go on Twitch, you go on Mixer, and you see some crazy retarded looking things. These guys think it looks good.
Are you looking at the chat? Also, they're asking questions on here as well. JR is asking, what about skills and abilities? As far as skills and abilities, go wild. As long as your overall at the end of the day is 83, we're not saying what stats have to be high, what stats have to be low. As long as when you submit them to us, their overall is 83, we are good to go with that. Now, I just want to interrupt Killerfrost for a second, just to inform you guys of what...
No bad moves, as long as they're not glitched.
Of course, they're not going to have no glitch moves, but... here's what I'm looking for, and I'm going to tell you guys this. If you are submitting wrestlers, I'm going to give you the 100% best advice to be able to have us utilize them. Because what we're doing is we're looking to see if they stand out. We don't need any call with Sharpie tattoos or in-game logo men. We don't need that. Even if you are a novice call creator, do the best you can. When you submit these calls to us on Twitter, you have to tag us in that picture so me and Frost can look over it and see what we can do with it. Now, we're going to give you feedback on your submissions, and we'll inform you of what we need to a certain look. So if we see like, oh, you submitted a call and it looks like, oh, it just needs this and it'll be fixed up a little bit, or it needs a little bit of this and it'll be perfect, or switch the attire up. The reason why we're saying this is because we're using calls of actual wrestlers and actual in-game wrestlers. And what we want to do is for any original call that is submitted for this organization, we want to make sure that it stands out, that is colorful, but it has to be realistic. Now, can you have an attire that glows in the dark? That's fine. It could be an entrance attire, just as long as it's like just the entrance attire, and once they wrestle they take it off and they have like, normal looking gear. Now you might be thinking like, what about Mustafa Ali? He has that stuff that glows. That's fine. Once again, as long as it's entrance gear, I do not mind. But when they wrestle, it could be tights, pants, fatigue pants, whatever the case is. But just try to make it in the realm of realism. We're not going for Mortal Kombat characters, Mr. Death, or things like that. We're not looking for that. We're looking for more realistic.
Think as if you're actually trying to get into the WWE.
Yeah, think of it if it's you and you're an indie star trying to get into WWE. How would you present yourself? What would you wear? Because I'm telling you, if you make yourself look like $1 million, that's a better chance of us utilizing you. We're not just gonna let anybody in. But we're not being elitists. But you have to understand that we are. We're streaming this on YouTube, we're streaming this on Mixer, and we're also going to get into Twitch as well with this. So this is going to be branded, or promoted all around. We're going to promote matches, we're going to promote the live stream, we're going to promote your call. If your call is on the winning streak, we're going to invite you into the party, which means you're a part of the commentary team for the match, or for your match, or for the show. If you're a champion, we'll promote you. I'll promote you on my Instagram, promote you on my Twitter, promote you on the YouTube channel. I'll do a showcase of your call. As many different things that we can do in this promotion to make you guys feel a part of it. And we definitely taking any type of feedback that you guys have as well on what you guys think the company could use, or what we can do to stand out from other leagues. But go ahead, Frost.
You pretty much said it. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna have glow, you could come down to the ring with an all green or hot pink or black robe on fire. We don't care, as long as when you get in the ring, you can do what you got to do. We don't want any flaming men. We don't want any floating heads. Nothing like that.
Oh, and another thing.
2007, but
this is going to be in the description as well. So you might not see it right now, but once this video is uploaded to my channel, you will see all of this information, which I will also post on my Twitter as well. There are certain aspects of the moveset that what we're looking for, and it has to be realistic. Now, there's going to be 2 different styles that you could put onto your wrestler. He could be a power submission. He could be
they do.
A submission specialist and a high flyer. He can be a brawler, high flyer. He could be a power striker. So, and then moveset wise, let's say a power striker. Power striker would be equivalent to wrestling like Vader. So moveset like Vader. But you can get creative, but the base would have to be a moveset like Vader. Or a submission high flyer. Let's say that could be, or a submission technician. That could be Alberto Del Rio. So your base is like a majority of your moves are working on a body part. Let's say an arm, a leg. So if you're submission based, you would have to work an arm or a leg. So we want it to be realistic because once again, you are going to be in the ring with actual wrestlers. Either they're created wrestlers or in-game characters. And we don't want it to be all these crazy moves against Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? We want it to be where it's a fair amount of moves that aren't too crazy. But if you're a high flyer, then you can go nuts. If you want to be a high flyer, you can go nuts. But there is no light heavyweight title. There is no cruiserweight championship. It's the heavyweight, it's the television, and it's the tag. That's what we're starting with right now. We're starting with the basic titles, and then we'll go from there. But Frost?
Yeah, basically what he's saying, I think try it. Try simulating your call too. Try simulating and watching on your own game. And I have a suggestion. I'm just kind of curious if this will work. Maybe just give them, when it comes to strike moves, don't give them like all different kind of weird stuff. No women's kicks to get advantages because
it's all simulation anyway. You're not controlling it. So even if you give them that kick, who knows if they're going to use it?
Yeah, but I think I'm just curious to see if some people could try it. If you limit the strikes to like maybe putting the same ones and have like maybe 3 or 4 different ones, and then maybe it'll use it less. Because we don't want, like I said, we don't want UFC. We're trying to make a wrestling thing. We want to see action. Like when you create a wrestler, you give him the moves, simulate matches, see how he does. If it entertains you, dude, even better.
Oh, we have a question. Do alternate attires and characters like Tyler Black and Bryan Danielson count? Okay, so if you want to bring in an alternate attire wrestler, that's fine. But do not, if you're bringing in their alternate or a past character that they played, their moveset has to represent that era. So if you're picking Bryan Danielson, it has to be Bryan Danielson's moveset. Don't add no crazy 450 splashes or moves that they didn't do, because I'm telling you, we're going to review them. And I'm going to be downloading these calls that you submit to us if we use them in the show. I will download them and go over their moveset to make sure it's a fair moveset or a realistic moveset, especially if it's an alternate attire character. I'm definitely making sure that moveset is correct. But once again, when it boils down to any submission that you give to us, make sure it's as on point as possible. Frost?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, championship match. Yeah, I mean, it's basically just think of what you really want and what you would like to do, but you would think it would take a lot of work to do. And the good thing about it is that there'll be no fighting. There'll be no like, why didn't I get a title match? Why didn't I get this? Why didn't I get that? We're gonna try to do what 2? We're gonna do like 2 a week.
Yeah, 2 shows a week.
Right. I came in late, but we were submitting our characters.
Yeah, it's going to be in the description on our Twitter. It will be in the description below. This stream is only going to go for 15 minutes, so we got a couple of minutes left. It's basically you submitting your wrestlers to us because we're going to start an online league for 2K18 and 2K19.
Yeah, because we want to be able to just transfer this over and do it as soon as possible. And yes, Braun Strowman's going to be in there because we want to have those type of things where you'll have that big monster guy that maybe you can beat, maybe you can't beat, that if your guy's on a roll doing something and you're in there, that maybe he might come in. And we're going to have run-ins on, so hopefully there'll be some run-ins, because run-ins are always fun. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So once again, with this, what we're looking for is to create a atmosphere where you can submit your wrestlers to us and you can watch them on live stream. Now, there will be situations where we will do some online matches, but they will be exhibition matches and they will not count to anything that's happening in universe mode. Now, if your character is a champion, they will be defending their championships in a multi-man match. There will be no one-on-one championship matches. So if you're the heavyweight champion, you're going to be defending it in at the least a triple threat match, or a three-way dance, or a four-way dance, or a fatal four-way. We will have custom matches to this organization as well. If you have any ideas for any custom matches, inform me of them, and I will create them for the universe. And like I said, this universe will be completely interactive. If you want to help build this community, and I mean by submitting wrestlers, you don't have to submit just one. You can submit as many as you want, but once again, make sure they look on point. Do not send a half-assed wrestler. Do not do that, because we're going to tell you keep working on it, or we'll give you a little bit of hints on what you can do, but we're not going to hold your hand and tell you exactly what we're looking for. If it catches our eye, we'll use it. Okay? If you want to get on Twitter and explain the wrestler, like take a picture and then underneath it, you do the bio, where they're from. So that will help us get a better understanding of this wrestler and what we can use them for. And what I mean, what we can use them for is not just only matches, but as far as commentating, things that we can speak about the wrestler, get this wrestler a background. And also with me and Frost doing the main commentating for the organization or the league, we want to have it entertaining, because it's not only what you see on the screen, it's what you hear as well. So the more work you put into it, the better and the more entertaining the show overall will be.
Yeah, and don't get too angry or upset if I make fun of it. I'm just trying to play a role, kind of like Jerry Lawler does, because that's all we ever did whenever we played. We would always tease and joke about stuff, but it could be pretty harsh, it could be pretty lame, just like Lawler. Sometimes he throws out good ones, sometimes it's like, oh Jesus. So no Henny Youngman one-liners, but I'll promise you that we want to make it fun. We want to make it and hopefully, Dre's good. Dre's going to surprise me. So a lot of what happens is going to be, I'm going to be pretty much in the dark like you guys as far as who's in it and what the matches will be until match time. So then it's more realistic for me to say. So pretty much what you might be saying, I'll already be saying too. So that'll be pretty cool.
And Maximum Likes asked, so do I create someone who doesn't exist, or do they have to be real? No, they don't have to be a real person. But we're asking, if you create an original wrestler, put effort into it. Use an actual face. And what I mean by that is go on Google search, type in somebody's face. You can use your own face, but put them on a car, morph the face, make a realistic attire. We don't want black tights, black knee pads, black boots. I'm not asking for that. I don't want a Randy Orton-esque character. And here's another thing. If you guys submit a bunch of wrestlers with a bunch of tattoos, the less of them we're going to pick. Not every wrestler needs a bunch of tattoos, a bunch of skulls, needs to have evil face paint. We don't need all of that. We need, if you're submitting an original call, make them stand out. Think of, okay, I'm submitting a wrestler and everybody else is too. What can I do to make mine stand out? Because the whole point is, if we're going to showcase these calls, we want them to stand out. Especially if they're original calls, I want them to look original. I want them to stand out, because if we're using a Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, if we're using a Braun Strowman, let's say we're using a Pentagon Jr. or Adam Cole, we want everything to stand out. So don't just create an American wrestler either. Create a luchador. Create a wrestler from Canada.
This is for anybody. This isn't just call creators.
Mm-hmm.
Not just call creators, it's anybody. And if you have a tag team and your tag team looks so sweet and it's wow, kind of like the Revival, and it's an actual tag team. I don't mean Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but if you use those guys, then yeah, definitely. I mean, anything you guys could do that you would like to see, or that you're using in your organization that can make ours look good, we'll definitely use, and we'll make you look good. I mean, you can win a title, then you could brag all over the internet. Oh yeah, my guy, he's the PWR champion. Yeah, and this way, it'll be a little extra for you.
All right, and we got Clutch City, who just came into the party, or came into the stream. He's asking what happened. It just got here. Basically, we're starting a league. and we're just giving info on how you join, what we're looking for. If you're going to create a wrestler to submit to us on our Twitter, make sure they look on point, realistic, not a superhero, supervillain, thing of that nature. Maximum Likes asks, is there a time limit to when you stop taking characters? No. And the reason why I say no is because you never know when I never know when I might need a new character. There might be injuries that happen. I will turn injuries on. It's July. So the thing is, we're taking oh goodness. we're taking wrestlers.
We want the drama.
Yeah. And we're taking in wrestlers, but also understand that this is like the end time or the time where 2K18 is almost done. So this is the beginning of 2K18. This is just to get everything started, get you guys invested into the league. And when 2K19 rolls out, I'll have this set up within the game coming out. I'll have it set within the first 3 weeks of the game coming out, so we can get this up and running. Yeah, so like I said, if you're going to submit a character, if you want to wait until 2K19, that's fine. We definitely understand that because this is towards the end of 2K18. If you want to wait, that's fine. You can still submit them to us. Say, hey, this is what I'm going to make for 2K19. Cool. Just make sure you follow through with that, because one way or another, we're going to start up this league again for 2K19, and we would like to have the same people that came into it with us on 2K18. But we also want you guys to get invested, to give us ideas for matches. If you say, oh, I created this match and I think it's fun, hey, you guys should use this as a match. And here's the name for it. You want to name the match? Submit the name to us. I will make that match and submit the name and make the name the way you want it. If you want to make I don't even know, whatever type of name for a match you want. If it's a fatal 4-way, but with certain options changed on it, and you have a certain name for it, fine. Submit it to us, but it has to be realistic. Don't put anything crazy. Let's try to keep it in the realm of realism here. That's all I'm saying.
And if it gets a lot of views, we could even maybe have different if we do a pay-per-view type thing, then we could take a bunch of different names, and once it sounds good, we could do a survey, and then if it sounds really good and it works and it gets a lot of views, that could become a permanent one.
Yeah, I'm not making any wrestlers for anybody. I cannot create a wrestler for you. You have to create a wrestler for yourself and submit those to us. This is not PG. Well, our commentary will definitely not PG. It will.
There's gonna be run-ins. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be blood. It's going to be all the disadvantages that could possibly cripple your guy and sideline him for however long, or for someone else, because we want to see guys doing really well, and then we want to see an RKO out of nowhere, you bloody, or Braun Strowman puts you through tables and suddenly you're suffering an injury and your guy's out for 3 weeks. He's out for 6 weeks. And then you have to sit there and you have to wait until he can get back in, which we'd bring him back in if it happens, which I'm hoping, because to me that makes it more interesting. And then what it'll do is, that's the drama. We want you to feel the drama, as if oh damn, you're the advocate, Paul Heyman. Your guy gets injured. Oh, I gotta sit and wait, and you're actually on a roll. And then suddenly someone who's even more dominant comes in, and you see him whooping everybody's ass, and then he gets the title, and you'll get your title shot against him, and then he's just gonna whip your ass and go and you gotta wait. It's the whole drama.
Also, we'll have one-off shows, tournament shows, where if we'll use all of your calls, in a 10-man tournament or 8-man tournament. Sorry, and whoever wins.
We don't want that pool.
Yeah, no. So we'll put them in tournaments, and whoever wins the tournaments, we'll give them we can have you on commentary for a show or two, or you can.
What does he mean when he says, "Can we upload YouTubers"? What does that mean?
Can we make people like Deadpool and PewDiePie? No. They have to be either actual wrestlers or yourself. Okay, let me put it like this.
You can make Pootie Tang. You can make Pootie
Cut
Tang.
it out. So, in regards to making an original wrestler, right? It has to be a realistic type of person, or somebody who actually could wrestle. If I make myself, okay, for an example, I make myself, and my guy's name is Showtime, right? I made him look basic: knee pads, boots, trunks with Showtime on them. So the way I make my guy is very basic, but I go advanced. Like I use a low cut hairstyle, but I dye it and I shape him up. I make the correct beard, everything. Like I go all out. So it's the little things you see that's are detailed with my guy. If you want to make some big bruiser with scars on him, that's fine, but just make it realistic. Do not make him look like a cartoon character. That's why you submit these wrestlers to us on Twitter. Submit them to us on Twitter first. Let us look them over, and we'll tell you, hey, you have to change this a little bit. We're not going to tell you to scrap them. We're not going to tell you this, but you just need to make sure that, as far as realism go, because you're going to be wrestling against realistic wrestlers. You're going to be wrestling against Austin Aries. You might be in a tag team match. And also, we might put you in a tag team. We might do that because I'm the booker, but I also want you guys to understand this. If you become a champion, I'm going to try every single time we stream to make sure you lose your championship. That's why I say there will never be a one-on-one championship match. It's either going to be a 3-way, 4-way, 6, or 8. You will never be in a one-on-one match for a championship because we want to make sure it's interesting. If you defend your belt, we want to make sure that there is a possibility of you losing. Let's say, because if you're champ in universe mode, they're going to bump you up to 100 overall. They're going to bump you up. So it's going to be difficult to beat you in a one-on-one situation. So that's the reason why we have to put you in a multi-man title defense match. We have no choice. More than likely, your guy's going to get through it anyway. It also
helps you. But it also helps you that if everybody else is beating everybody up, your guy might be that slimy enough to know to stay away and to get a cover after someone else does something. Throw him into a turnbuckle, like Randy Orton could RKO, say Diamond Dallas Page. You throw Randy Orton into the corner and then you cover him for the 1, 2, 3. I mean,
Now
that's
they're
why
asking
it's so good because nothing. You never know what'll happen.
When does this start?
AJ Styles, I don't know. AJ Styles is actually in the game. I mean, if you're going to create a normal guy, why don't you create someone who's not actually in WWE or that's in NXT but yet hasn't made it to the main roster? That's fine. I think if you're going to make characters that are already in the game, I mean, they're already in the game. I mean, that's just kind of pointless.
Yeah, let's try to make it original at this point, and then from there we could do updates where we're accepting real wrestlers. But what was I about to say?
This is like an independent. We're only going to have a few of the main roster guys in there. Well, we're going to put a bunch. We're only really going to use a few because we want to have some of them, like maybe Stone Cold do a run in out of nowhere and stun your ass and be like, oh, come on. Right. The drama. But we're definitely going to have people like, I saw you had Adam Cole. You got Cole in there?
It's a possibility. It's just going to be on Xbox. Okay. It's going to be on Xbox. This is Xbox One only Xbox One. I apologize if you're on PS4. This is for Xbox One. Oh, also a start date. Okay, so today is July 10th. I want to have this up and running, honestly. What's today's date? Next Saturday. Not this Saturday coming up, but next Saturday. And next Saturday is the 21st. So the 21st of July is going to be the first stream. Have your call ready before next Saturday because I am going to be live streaming this show. So submit your wrestlers to us. Our Twitter handles, mine is the real Dre41 call. Killerfrost is Killerfrost13 on Twitter. Submit your calls to us. So if you're going to submit your calls to us, you got to submit them to both of us. Tag us both. The real Dre41 call, Killerfrost13 on Twitter. Tag us both so we both can see what you're submitting to us so I can download it and we can get this thing going because I'm telling you, next Saturday we're doing this.
I don't think Antonio Washington understands. He says he wants to be Ricochet or Adam Cole. See, here's the thing is, you're not going to be those characters. See, here the thing is, he already has Adam Cole. And I mean, come on, it's a Dre creation. We gotta kind of leave certain characters once he has it, and he'll tell you to him because I mean, it's Dre. But the thing is, though, you're not gonna actually wrestle. You're not gonna play. You're gonna watch it on YouTube. It's gonna be we use your character and let them play it out and put it on YouTube because we don't want the lag. We want to have a stream. We want to have a nice because he's gonna play it all out, and then we're gonna watch it with you guys and call commentary, and it's gonna be as if it's on TV like Monday Night Raw like tonight. I mean, SmackDown.
But you could be invested because you can give us input, help us create match types, help us create pay-per-view types, things of that nature. It's not something where I'm the booker, but if you have interesting interesting ideas or input, I can definitely take that and we can run with it and we can implement it into the shows. The whole point of this is to have it be interactive. So
yeah, basically we're trying to create our own version of NXT, but with Dre's creation, and he'll also have he'll have a match when in 2K19 when he creates somebody new, he'll put them in, so then that way you get a good look, but you get to see them in the ring in action, and it'll be a way, rather than having to constantly click on his videos, you'll have that one video where it's a match and it's a whole show, and be like, oh cool, he's in there, and he won't tell you that he's there. It'll be like a match, he'll have a surprise match. Once he creates somebody or a couple people, and it'll be in there, and you'll get to see how they look in the ring and stuff. And basically, like I said, we don't want to have it laggy, so that's why we're doing it like that. But it's also good if you have your own little wrestling thing, or if you'd like to see your call, people, hopefully thousands of people will watch it. I mean, that's why it's not this Saturday, it's the following Saturday, because we want to make sure everything's good. We want to do some practice runs and make sure everything's tight and everything works good and it's pretty, and this way when we put it out, it's more professional, and it'll evolve as we go. And like I said, no one's really controlling it, but we promote your wrestler. And you could even, I heard my one friend said somebody started an organization where everybody plays each other, which has got to be massive lag, which has to be heartache and anger if someone's not there, or this or this. We're not going to have that. Your guy will wrestle and you can watch it anytime you want, live when we do it or whenever you want. And he said that they actually made Twitter accounts for their wrestlers. So there's an idea for you too. If your wrestler makes it in, you can set up a Twitter account for your guy and be like, if he wins a title, say, oh, they're the tag team champs, or he's a TV champ, or this or this, and you can have fun with that. And we'll even respond on there, and we'll add your character once he comes in, and once he's accepted. And then what we'll do is we'll also tweet on there too, or you could just tweak your Twitter account and just put the picture up and everything, and then we could tag you in it. So.
Okay, so Antonio says he just wants to watch them. So yeah, I mean, if you want to see Adam Cole or Ricochet, the secondary show will only have 3 matches. The main show will have 5. It might be a multi-man match, just to showcase all of them at once. We'll see. I got some titles that you could probably make, like the prestigious championship. Well, no, we already have titles for it. Yep, 3 titles, so we're good to go with that. Should I change my attire?
We're taking an idea.
Yeah. So no, don't change. This is for Austin. Austin actually been showing me one of his calls, but Austin, you have to get a Twitter and you have to tag me and Killerfrost so he can see as well, because he will also he's also giving his input to what's a part of this league as well, since we both created this. But yeah, Tyson, the 21st, next Saturday, if you guys are submitting your wrestlers, I suggest that you submit them as quickly as possible, just so you could be on the debut show. If you can't, then, your call will miss the debut show, but I will attempt to promote every single wrestler on the roster, even if it's in a multi-man match, over the top rope, a Hell in a Cell, whatever the case is, because right now we only got 1 pay-per-view. So it's 2 shows a week and 1 pay-per-view for the whole year. So if you guys have any ideas for any pay-per-view names, submit them to me and give me some ideas on what the gimmick of the pay-per-view should be. And I can definitely add it, and I will give you your credit for it as well. So this is not a league where it's just like you join and you have no control. No, you can put input into this league. That is not a problem. I have no issue with it. But if you do submit something to us, make sure you give it some good thought, because once again, this is what other people, if you say, hey, I got an idea for a pay-per-view, guess who else is going to be in the pay-per-view? Everybody else who's in this league. So you got to think, hey, is this something that's cool for the whole league? Do I have an idea for a logo? If you want to send me the logo for it, or if you want to submit it and upload it to Community Creations, I can download it. As long as you use the PWR logo that is online, I uploaded all these titles that you're seeing on the screen are already uploaded. The arenas that you see, are uploaded right now, so you can download them. So you'll have the logos once you download them. So if you want to add a pay-per-view or create a pay-per-view with these logos, which is fine, and submit them to me, cool, no problem.
And I'm gonna create a Twitter account for Pro Wrestling Revolution, so this way you guys could flood that and not feel like you're destroying Dre's Twitter or blowing up his Twitter. Also, I don't know, Dre, what do you think? If this takes off pretty well and this does really well and we get like, I don't know, 500 to 1,000 views for the first couple weeks, maybe you could upload the title belts online so people can use it, so they can bring it to their organization.
I already did.
Or they can
wrestle on
their own.
They're already uploaded. They're already uploaded. Yep, they're already uploaded into the community creations for Xbox One. For Xbox One, not PS4. I'm sorry if there's no PS4. If there are people on PS4 right now in this live stream, I'm sorry. I only create for Xbox. If you want to buy me a PlayStation 4 so I can upload to that, great. We can work with we can work with that.
Oh, and it's all for one low monthly price of $000. So
definitely, it's all free.
Totally free.
Yeah, yep, free 99.
So let the sponsors pay for it.
Right. So yeah, is that it for us?
Like I said, I'll set up a Twitter and Dre will put it out there. I'll set up when we get off here. And then you guys can submit your stuff to there, and then like we can look at that, or you can send it to Dre too, and then you could like follow it, and then anything that we're gonna do, I could post it on the Pro Wrestling Revolution Twitter page. So this way, like you guys could just look at it, and it'll show you what's up there, and you know. Then this way, if you have any questions, you don't have to keep tweeting to Dre. You could tweet to that account, or you could just read it, and we'll tell you when the shows are, what's happening, and then eventually when we pick who's there, we'll say who's there. But the thing is, you can have a really good call, and then you put them in there, we're wrestling and stuff, and we're hoping this really works well. But then sometimes it might be your call's not really getting a shot, but you can't, you got to let things slide and wait to see what happens, and it's going to be basically like WWE now, except for no Roman Reigns. You don't have to wait for the heavyweight title match, because the guy doesn't want to fight anybody. Nothing stupid. No same matches over and over and over. We're not going to have like rubber matches and this and that. Maybe occasionally if it's really that exciting and people.
And it might be a rematch. There might be a rematch based on how the match is. If we say, "Wow, that was like a really good match," if me and Frost are both saying that, then definitely we can have a rematch for it. And it might be maybe the chances are 1 out of 10 might be a 1-on-1 rematch for the championship. But I'm telling you, more than likely it will be a triple threat at least. But we have a couple of questions. What if people don't have Xbox? What do? You could just watch, and you can still submit ideas like what type of match you want to see. You can still submit ideas for pay-per-views ideas. So we thought about everything. So even if you don't have Xbox, you can still submit ideas. We're not saying because you don't have Xbox you can't submit any ideas to us. We're not saying that at all. Let me see, Austin Ricks. Oh, your overall call should be 83 starting. 83, and that's it. No higher than 83. You can add all the other stuff to the call, all the special things and this and that and resiliency and all that. As long as their overall is 83, I'm cool. What should the hashtags be for the show? The hashtag is PWR. That's it. Just PWR. You can either put Revolution as well, or you could put Dre41. You could put Killerfrost, all one word. Killerfrost, one word, not two. And we can find it like that. Once again, you submit this to us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is in the description below. If you don't see it right now, you'll see it once the video is uploaded to my channel. Damn, bro, you should do 85 at least. The only reason why is they'll level up fast. If your guy wins, Universe Mode bumps them up a lot. Like if you become a champion, they bump you up your overall by 15. So if you're a champion, your overall is 100. So that's why we're saying 83.
There's not going to be any promos.
They might, because Universe Mode sometimes make them do promos. So it might.
More or less too. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot too.
Clutch City. Hold on. Clutch City asked, how do you send your calls? Well, you send a picture to me and Killerfrost on our Twitter, which is in the description, and then you would and then you will upload them to Community Creations on Xbox, and we will download them, or I will download them and put them into the universe mode. So all you got to do is upload them, first submit them to us. Or, I mean, you can still upload them regardless, because it could be a possibility where you submit it to us, submit them to us, and I see it, and I'm like, oh, got to get it right now. So it's best to create them and upload them.
I had a brain fart. If your character does really well or it looks really cool, you upload them to Community Creations, people might start saying, they watching it saying, I want him, and they might want to have their own little thing at their house and wrestle with it. So, I mean, it's another too to get downloads.
And like I said, I'll promote them. I'll promote them as well. Even if they're doing good, I'll promote them on my Twitter. I'll say, if you want to download this call is available right now. You can download it. This is the creator. These are the search tags for it. But yes, tag us first on Twitter. Please do not just upload it and don't tell us. Please inform us that you submitted them to us on Twitter. Tag us. Killerfrost13, the real Dre41 call. Please submit them. Both of our Twitter tags will be in the description below. Just remember to do that. Yes, it's only 3 championships.
I'm not sure if he's going to do entrances or how often. Try to keep your entrance realistic. In 2009, they used the longest pieces for each one, and it took like 5 minutes. Keep it realistic, keep it kind of fairly short, but make it exciting. Like, take time with your guy. You got almost 2 weeks. Take time with your guy, and really, and then on the bottom where it would say like hashtag like Dre's, it says hashtag Dre41 cause. If you have a wrestling thing that you and your friends are playing in, and it's like SmackDown Pro Wrestling or something, and you want to promote it, put it on the bottom of your thing, and people will see that and go, oh, okay. Or if you had or your gamer tag for people to for people to join your thing or whatever, because we're looking to help people too, but we're actually, like I said, we're not looking to play it and grind through and have heartache and fights and stuff. We just want to have a show. We want to enjoy it, because dude, the WWE right now sucks major balls. Not everybody can watch Ring of Honor or Japan, so it's we want to give something an alternative, because they're not. I mean, they're so lazy to one paper.
Oh goodness, let's not bury somebody else. Let's worry about us. Let's just worry about us.
Well, no, they don't have enough brain power.
Are the Undertaker entrance banned? Yes. No Undertaker entrance. Relax on that. No Undertaker entrance.
If seeing something, you let us know.
Yeah. Like I said, we're always taking input. If you got a pay-per-view idea, Antonio, get a Twitter, tag us both, and explain your idea. But this stream actually went kind of long. Thank you, Clutch City, appreciate it. Hopefully, if you submit a guy, they can win it, because like I said, the best part about this league is that you will be promoted, like you will be showcased. The worst part about it is if you win a championship, because I am going to attempt to put you in any and every match for you to lose it. I'm just telling you this right now. You will never have a one-on-one.
And you could ask Dre, and he'll tell you the same thing all the time. I do not shut the fuck up. So if your guy wins a title and he's on there, I'm going to be like talking about it. I'm going to be on Twitter. I'm going to be like posting about it. And I'm going to be like, just constantly tweeting it. And he's going to be tweeting it. So I'm going to be adding him. So all his people are going to see it too. So anybody that follows him that's a call creator is going to look at your stuff. And, there you go.
The due date is the 21st. July 21st is the due date. And just to let y'all know that I am being fair about this title defense thing. If my call is Showtime, if he wins a championship, he's going to be defending it in a multi-man match. He will not defend it in a one-on-one match. I will treat every wrestler in here exactly the same. When they win a championship, triple threat, fatal 4-way, 6-man, 8-man. It will happen. No Royal Rumble though. No Royal Rumble.
I got a quick question. We will have battle royals though, or we will have like a Royal Rumble just to whatever. But anyway, how do you decide who gets the title belt? You just gonna say whoever wins gets it, or you gonna have someone come down with it?
I think we'll do a tournament. We'll do a live stream tournament this upcoming week, so we can have everything set. Like probably Friday. Let's do a live stream tournament to see who's going to be champion. So if you guys are able to get a call done within the next couple of days or by Friday, submit them to us so we can get them into our tournament, so we can get the ball rolling on having our champions set for the universe.
Oh no, Brock Lesnar will be in the game, but it's gonna be the in-game Brock Lesnar, the in-game Braun Strowman.
Yes, put title entrances.
The rat, even if it is
absolutely.
Because we want that. We want to run in. We want a guy who's gonna come in and destroy. And like I said, you can have Brock Lesnar give your other opponent, if your character's in a triple threat match, can give him an F5, and then you could just throw Brock Lesnar outside the ring because he's already tired. You could go for the cover. You could be. I mean, your character could do all that stuff. That will happen, and it does happen. So we want to give that option where literally anything can happen.
Yeah.
Even if there's a triple threat and someone comes out, and a manager or something, and distracts and gets. There might be a guy that comes out and gets your guy disqualified, and we'll say it ain't us. Blame the computer. You know, I mean, that's what we want. We want stuff where people are excited and happy, and we want stuff where people are like, "Fucking bullshit! That's bullshit! Are you kidding me?"
If you want to be Adam Cole, cool.
We want you to feel screwed.
You can have Adam Cole. Well, like I said, we're using all the wrestlers. It's not going to be a roster of 90-something wrestlers. Don't worry, you'll see your wrestler on there. Are title entrances necessary? I mean, if you want to have your guy come out with a generic title entrance, cool. I mean, it's up to you. You put forth whatever effort you want into your call. I mean, it's yours. If they end up winning the championship and they got some nonsense entrance, or if he's a bad guy and he got a good guy entrance for a championship, that's just how your call gonna look. That's how you promoting it. Well, thank you.
Yo, I got a question. How's he gonna be Adam Cole? I don't understand how that works.
Well, it's just that's his wrestler. Like, no, that's his wrestler. He wants. I don't think he has a PlayStation. I mean, an Xbox. I think he has a PlayStation. So he's saying that he's running with Adam Cole. I mean, hey, he could say that's his wrestler. That's fine. I don't got an issue with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, so
when we get off, I'm gonna do that.
This almost went an hour. So like I said, everything we spoke about.
I told you, dude.
Yeah.
I told you, be excited about this. It's a good idea. It's a good idea, man. It's
something
fun to do.
Yeah, guys, start working on these calls. We're doing a live stream for this Friday. Submit what you can, but don't be quick about it. Put effort into it, please. Please put effort into it, because you don't want to keep going back and forth based on what we're saying. Just do your very best at the beginning, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that's about it. If we have any additional info, we'll be on our Twitter, which I definitely suggest you follow us. Our Twitter handles are in the link description box below. Frost, anything else you got to say before we end this?
Yeah, about the guy that Adam Cole doing on an Xbox, dude. Just if you got a friend that's got an Xbox, create something. I mean, he doesn't have to be magical. He can be normal looking, like the Steiner brothers, the old Steiner brothers, or even Big Papa Pump was. And then and if we like it and this, then you just have your friend upload it, and then there's your guy. I mean, we could do that as well. I mean, you don't have to actually be on there, because you're just basically watching it on YouTube. And that's pretty much it, as I can think of. I mean, you got into a lot more. You told me to write this stuff down. Right.
So, yeah, guys, if you have any additional
Xbox One
and information, any additional, like if you want to submit requests, Twitter, put them in the comment section below, and we'll get back to you, or I'll get back to you. I'll go over this with Frost, and we'll get this thing handled. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn the notifications on so you know when we're streaming, because we will be streaming this Friday. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.
Jesus.